Hey y'all, I'm back. Just took a quick little break. Went away for a few days and got some refresh. Anyhow, thank you for tuning in. First project. Look at these adorable little pillows, y'all. Don't miss this one.
So I found these cute red, white, and blue placemats, and they had a little silky back to them. I wish it was cloth, but it was a little silky little feeling. So I'm just going to open up one end, and I've got some batting. Now I had this on hand. They don't have this at Dollar Tree, but you can get it from Hobby Lobby and Michael's, Joann's. Anyhow, I'm just going to fill them. And then on the end that's open, you can either use fabric hot glue or I used my sewing machine. So you just want to stitch up that end. And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Next project is this adorable little truck. I guess it's there. I hope it's there. Anyhow, it's quick and easy, so I hope you enjoy it. Remember, thumbs up. Appreciate it.
I have these flags left over from some other project. I think they were from Walmart. Anyhow, and then this truck was an Easter truck. Of course, it's got a carrot in it. And I found these nice little rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree. I was really surprised with the quality. So I'm going to take and drill a hole to fit my flag into there. Not too big because I don't want the flag flopping around, so I want it tight. And I did actually have to take and cut some pieces of the bottom of the flagpole off too. Then I'm going to use the wire clip that came with the flag, and I'm going to use it to wrap around the bottom. You can hot glue the flag down, but it was just loose, so I just didn't want it to ride down on the truck. So you push that in there. And these little rub-on transfers, I chose the word America, and then two little look like little fireworks bursting. And those are going to go on the doors, and the America's going to go on the top. And I'm really was surprised with these rub-on transfers. I really like these. I'm hoping to find some more. My local Dollar Trees just have not been carrying these like other people are finding them. So you're just going to lay wherever you want to put your word or your photo, your picture, whatever you want to call it, down. And then just use whatever you can. You can use a credit card or whatever you have if you don't have the exact tool for verbal transfers to rub it down in there. And once you've got it good, just make sure you want to go all the way around where the coloring is, and then you're going to pull it off. Now, if you have to, you can always lay that cover back down and straighten out some more. Now, I did get this Spanish moss from my stash, and it came from Hobby Lobby. I just wanted to add something more to the bed of the truck. It looked a little plain to me, so I'm just going to hot glue some Spanish moss down. And then once I do that, my project's complete. And you can do flowers or whatever, but I just thought the Spanish moss added something.
And next project is this cute little vase. I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in.
I had this vase on hand. I just cleaned it up real good. You can certainly find vases at the Dollar Tree. And I just bought this. I thought I was going to need my cutting board, but I didn't. I just bought this little tile, stick on tile from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut along the seam and remove the plastic backing and also the sticky backing. You'll see how sticky that is a little bit, but I just wasn't sure about it holding, and I wanted it to hold solid against the glass, so I used my glue stick instead. So I'm just going to use my glue gun and glue all along here, and then I will overlap a piece. Just make sure you get it as even as possible. Overlap a little piece, and that's a quick and easy little project. Then I'm just going to use some of my flowers I got from Temu to put in here, and that makes adorable little vase. And then at the end, you're going to see the truck and the vase, and these are both easy project, you guys.
and because I'm always a sucker for a good garland. Don't want to miss this one.
Somehow I managed to not be able to record my painting these stars, but I did get these stars from Hobby Lobby, but you can probably find something other at Dollar Tree. But I just painted them, alternated them, red, white, and blue. And then I found this nice ribbon, and actually, you're going to see me come back. I had to do another spool of ribbon. I didn't have quite enough. And I'm going to cut it the size of this little cutting board, and that's about 10 inches. These beads to the side came off of a wire ring at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use one of my Doll needles. It has a big head to it. It makes it easy to string your garlands, but then also your jute twine and all can fit in there. So I just did a pattern of 4 of the wood beads, and then one of my stars, and then 4 beads, and another rotating star, and just continue that to the end. And then when I had everything beaded up, I just took, you'll see, I'm going to alternate the ribbons once I figure out I didn't have enough of this ribbon. I'm going to alternate the ribbons and tie those in between the 4 beads. I'm just going to split the beads 2 and 2 and then tie the ribbon. And I kind of scrunch them in the center and then just tie them into one single knot there. But this makes a beautiful, quick and easy little garland to display from your mantle or wherever, but this is so pretty. Next is this adorable little gnome. Oh my goodness, he is so cute. So I've made one of these before. I did it for St. Patrick's Day. So if you didn't see that video, I know it's St. Patrick's Day's past, but you might want to watch it too because I did another one of these gnomes if you're a gnome fan. So I got a flower pot and one of these crafters square things of fabric and the little garland with the little, I guess it's plastic little stars. A little mop head. I've used this one before. And French linen chalk paint, and then one larger wood bead because that's going to be his little nose. I did 2 coats of the French linen chalk paint on both the bead and just the bottom portion, the rim of the pot. You don't have to do the whole pot. Now, if you were using a lighter material where you might could see through the material, then I would say paint the whole pot. But this was the dark gingham blue, so I didn't need to paint the whole pot. And that's just going to be what's below technically his little hat. So we're going to cut down the piece of material, the fabric, to fit around and you'll see right up to the edge of that little lip there for the pot. And then at the top, because I didn't want so much fabric, you can see I kind of cut it at a little angle because I kind of want it to get to a little point. So I didn't want all that fabric there. And I'm just simply going to hot glue this together, and then make sure your seam continues straight as much as possible because that's going to be the back of your little gnome. Leave it open at the top because we're going to use some of the batting as stuffing to put in his hat. And you don't want it real full because I wanted it to be able to move around a little bit and I didn't want his hat to look stiff. So I'm just hot gluing it, and then I did overlap it to make a nicer looking seam area there. And then take your batting, and of course this is still batting that I had left over. You could stuff this with, old material, old t-shirt, socks, or whatever. And then when you get through stuffing, glue it all up. I kind of took the top and kind of bent it over to make like a little point. And here you can see I'm just making sure he's still real flexible. Then I'm going to take some jute twine and tie it in two places, about midway and towards the top of his hat. And then here, well, I did this afterwards, obviously, with the jute twine, but I'm going to glue his little nose on. That's my little reference point as to where to do his little beard. Just make sure the nose is straight across from that back seam of your fabric as much as possible, because this is obviously front of his face. So with the mop head, I cut it and then I doubled those, and I'm going to do 2 rows. So I just hot glued it out to where I thought a beard would look good. And then after I finished my top row, you can see I split those up into my second row. And then after that, I just took my scissors and trimmed it into kind of a little point. It was just a nice little beard for him. Then, of course, take your jute twine, like I said. And I just did that to make a little more indentations for his hat so it didn't just look like a little cone going up on his head. I wanted some play there so it looked a little more like a hat. And you wouldn't have to do it as tall. This is, of course, just to your liking. But I liked it a little higher because I'm going to take that garland with the stars on it, and I'm also going to glue that around, so I wanted a good bit to glue that around too. And then you're finished with this little gnome. So if you're a little gnome fan, he is quite a cute little fellow, so a little easy project for you guys who like these little gnomes, and he is adorable for the 4th for your decor.
Okay, so my favorite is no doubt the wreath. It is so pretty. So continue watching to see how that was made.
We've got a good bit of things here for this next project, but this is absolutely beautiful wreath and my favorite. So you're going to need 3 of the mesh ribbon, red, white, and blue. And I also got 2 of this. It's like a tulle and it has like a kind of like a snowflake on it. 2 of those, and then a the larger spool at Dollar Tree of ribbon, and then a smaller spool because to make like a bow. Anyhow, so and I got the star frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down all of my ribbons the tulle, the mesh ribbon, and the fabric ribbons. They're all going to be cut down to about 10 inches. So using that little cutting board, you're going to use a bunch of chenille stems, cut those in half. You're only going to need to use half per thing. And then I got these little clips from Dollar Tree as well. They come in handy for holding when you're assembling. Never mind my noggin showing up in the video, but anyhow. So you're gonna just, gosh, you're gonna gotta cut a bunch. So in your assembly, I'm gonna show you here in a minute how I did it. So you're gonna take your red and just roll it up. Now, it could go sideways, you can roll it straight, it doesn't matter. You just want to roll that up, clip that, roll your white up, clip it to your red, roll your blue up, clip it to your red and your white, then take one of the half chenille stems in the middle and twist that tight. Now you're going to need the extra length off the chenille stem to bind that to your wreath form. So you're just going to continue doing this, y'all. You're going to have a lot here, but this is going to make a nice full wreath. And then what you're doing with the I guess it's like a burlap ribbon, but the ribbons and the tulle, what you're doing with that is I made six. So I just push those in to where the points go. There's a seam all the way down. I just push those in between the red, white, and blue. And then I use the sixth one because you got 5 points to the star, but I use the sixth one to go up top just to add a little more. So when you're assembling them, you're going to take your red, white, and blue ribbons, and I make sure to cover the seam good. So I put 2 on the top wire and then 1 on the bottom. So, because I want to make my points good. And then in between, just fill it to your liking. I just didn't want any of the wreath form itself, that wire, to show. And then as I'm doing this, I will flip it over to the back, use those chenille stems, and wind those around each other, and that just helps to hold those. And you'll see that's what I was doing here. It's just wind those around, that keeps to hold it. You can make this fuller than what I did. I really don't know how you would get it in there, but anyhow, you can see it's very full. Here I have the other ribbons, the 6, and like I said, towards the middle of your 5 points, stick in one, tie it up in there good. Make sure you're twisting those chenille stems good to hold them to this wreath form. And then the one, I'm just going to put it up top, and that's going to be my little top point, is the one that's got the 2. But y'all, this is so beautiful. And you can do this, the wreath form or whatever, to any season. Just match your colors to whatever your holiday may be or your season may be. And these are beautiful. Now, they're kind of time consuming. And you will find with this mesh ribbon that you can see you have a little bit of stray little ribbon out. Just take your scissors, clip that. I've seen people take a lighter and just kind of light those to get the excess off. But this is beautiful. I hope you guys have enjoyed these patriotic DIYs, and I hope you will try some of them. Let me know in the comments below which one's your favorite, and let me know if you try any for your own home. My videos are for inspiration, and I want to be inspired by you guys, so share with me what your projects may be for the 4th. Thank you.